I welcome you to a Monday weekly press briefing, which is always conducted here at Central Police Station, the DPC's office. I welcome our friends who are watching us live on YouTube, KFM. The region is generally peaceful. We have a very few incidences that we wish to share with you. Just to begin right away, we registered an aggravated defilement in Lira district. Our territorial police in Lira district have arrested 3 suspects on allegation of aggravated defilement on a 13-year-old juvenile from Barojuing village, Agweng sub-county, Lira district. This report was registered by one Uduru Sam, 32 years old, from the same village. The suspects apprehended include Ojok Moses, Okelu Felix, and Boa Jimmy. It was alleged that on Independence Day, at around 2100 hours, the victim was sent by the parents to buy drug from the trading center alongside 2 other young boys. However, on their way, they met the above suspects who grabbed the girl, dragged her to the bush, and forcefully had sex with her. The 2 young boys rushed for help, and people in the nearby responded, rescued the child, and they only managed to arrest one suspect. When police was informed and immediately they responded, they managed to arrest the other 2 suspects. The scene of crime was visited, photographs taken and documented by the scene of crime officers. Some statements were recorded from the boys who were moving with the victim and those who responded and rescued the girl. Victim was examined on PF3A and a PEP administered to her. The suspects were equally examined on PF24A. Their files have all been filed and submitted to the resident Chief State Attorney for perusal and legal advice, and he's supposed to confirm the preferred charge of aggravated defilement. This is yet a very unfortunate incident. We suspect that this could be under the influence of drug, but still other proceedings will confirm what really happened. 2, we have reached a period of exams. North Kyoga region, I beg your pardon. The North Kyoga region registered candidates of Uganda Certificate of Education, Primary Living Examination, and Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. The national examination have started well with UCE candidates. Did their briefing last Friday, the 11th October 2024, and written exams starts officially today. We have received our UNEP scouts to monitor and security from UPDF and counterterrorism police officers deployed to provide security for these exams. We want to warn and prepare our students against exams malpractice and those who claims to be selling exams to know that once they are got, they will be arrested and charged accordingly. Primary leaving examination according to UNEP timetable briefing will start on the 4th of November 2024 and subsequently written exams will be on 6th and 7th of November. So far so good, no case or concern have been registered, but in case we shall be able to update you as it happens. We wish all our registered students and candidates success in the forthcoming exams and success to all the other classes who wish to sit for end of term promotional exams. Statement of murder by mob in Kole district. Our territorial police in Kole district are investigating suspected murder by mob on one Opio Ambrose, age 25 years old, a resident of Adelogo Parish, Okema sub-county in Kole district. It was alleged that on the 12th of October 2024, at around 2100 hours, Opio Ambrose was suspected to have stolen a trouser and a shirt of one Ojok Michael from Achek Takikulu village, Adelogo Parish, Okema sub-county. He was later arrested by a group of people and recovered the stolen clothes. When asked, he claimed he bought them from one Okune, who is also a suspected thief. He was taken to the area LC1, who was not at home at that time. Unfortunately, the suspect, Opio, took advantage of the time when people were conversing and took off and entered into the house of the mother of the area LC1, which is 50 meters away. The angry mob followed him, but he locked himself in the house and refused to come out, forcing the mob to break into the house. They broke the doors and the windows of the building and gained access to the house where he was hiding under the bed. He was removed, beaten, and others stoned at him until he became unconscious and later died. Omara Tony, who is the area LC1, returned home and found Opio lying helpless in his compound. He quickly went and reported to Ayara, a police post, where a case of murder by mob was registered. Police visited the scene, examined and documented by the scene of crime officers. Exhibits of sticks, panga, and broken bricks, which were suspectedly used to assault Opio, were all recovered and exhibited. Statement recorded from the relevant witnesses. Some suspects have been identified and a hunt for them has equally begun. Postmortem was conducted at the scene and the body handed over to the relatives for burial. Preliminary findings indicates that the deceased had just returned from Lira main prison on charges of simple robbery and other cases that were against him even when he was in other prison other than Lira main prison. This makes me to say Kole alone have registered 8 murder cases in a space of 1.5 months from 1st September to date. With the first case on the 7th of September, there was a case of suspected murder by poisoning. On the 14th, we had a case of murder by assault. On the 21st, we had a case of murder by assault. On 27th, we had a case of murder by mob. On 28th September, we had a case of murder by assault. On 29th September, we had a case of murder by stabbing. And on 1st of October, we had a case of murder by mob. And finally, this recent one of 12 was also murder by mob. This is a very bad signal, and it's a challenge to us as police see that this matter regarding murders is worked upon. However, as police, we appeal to members of the public to desist from act of taking the law into their hands. Our territorial police and ground commanders must make sure they apprehend the said perpetrators to face the law. We have continued with community policing, and also we appeal to our civil society organization to intervene through collaborating with us as police so that we chart a way forward. We equally send appeal to the spiritual leaders and cultural leadership to preach the message of respecting human rights and inhumane treatment by the community in line to issues that are coming very, very seriously. Finally, we have a statement on fake kidnaps. Following concerns raised by our strategic leadership of the Uganda Police Force about the trend of kidnap and alleged perpetrators asking for ransom of money, it has come to our notice that there are various similar incidences being reported in different regions in this country, and North Kyoga is not exceptional. On the 6th of October 2024, 2 children aged 4 years and 15 years old were allegedly kidnapped from Kakoge cell in Lira City West Division, and the kidnappers were using the 15-year-old child's phone to call the mother of the 4-year-old, asking for money worth 1 million shillings, which should be sent through a border to go and pick the children. Nangaya Safina, aged 25 years old, who is the mother of the 4-year-old child, Rosni Kalunji, reported the matter to Lira City Central Police Station here, and immediately a team of crime intelligence officer and CIDs responded and apprehended 2 suspects and recovered the children. The 4-year-old baby was handed over to the mother, but we detained the 15-year-old Nambuge Juliana since she wasn't explaining clear circumstances of their kidnap. We further understood that Safina acquired Juliana as a maid from the brokers who were just advertising, and she doesn't have details of the girl. So we can't take this for granted and don't trust this maid. There could be a planned arrangement by the maid as well as the perpetrators. However, we leave this for investigation. We are therefore sending a very strong warning to the parents who wish to acquire maids to go slow and understand the background of the maids whom you would want to employ in your home, because at the end of the day, they will turn out to be kidnappers while liaising with other group of people. Otherwise, it is very easy to take a kidnap with intention to getting money. Basically, this is what I have for you this Monday, 14th of October, 2024. I thank you for listening and ask for questions if there is any. Thank you. Was I too clear?
Yes, it was clear, but always regarding the matter, the mob cases, sometimes always people have been complaining about police meetings like delaying to reach the scenes whenever there are cases, and this has brought many people to practice mob to many, and many have lost their lives. What has been the gap in this, or this has been closed up?
It is uncultured, it is primitive for one to say we do take law into our hands because of delays from the police and probably maybe the court. Fine, it may be a genuine concern, but we have always said as police, we do not work in isolation. A case in point, this recent case that happened in the Kole district. At the time that the incident happened, police was not on ground. It therefore means that our area community members who love human rights or who are protectors of human rights to support police in investigating by identifying some of these perpetrators. It has also been a very bad culture that many times when these cases of murders by mob, when it comes, we rarely get the perpetrators simply because of failure to get support from our local community members. It is therefore incumbent upon me and you and everybody to get interested, because it is not right for one to be killed on a case which really needs to be investigated as per what the law of this country says. It is important that anybody who have allegation in whatever format, whether big or small, let this case come to police, support police with investigation, give evidence, and whether it requires even going to court to testify, you are very much welcome. These are some of the procedures that need to be followed so that at the end of the day we have justice realized in the region we live in. Thank you.
Okay, maybe does the police has like a connection where it's easy for the community to approach them whenever these scenarios are happening?
I beg your pardon?
Okay, do the police have a hotline for all this whenever such a kind of incident is happening?
Yes. Our strategic leadership have been trying their best to see that we improved gaps in communication. As we speak now, we have emergency call centers which have been installed in some regions within this country. A case in Point North Kyoga region, our emergency call center, we are still sharing with Aswa West. So therefore, you can use 999 or 112, make that call on that particular numbers, and those information will be sent to respective police commanders for purposes of responding to those issues. But also, you are free to go into the office of the district police commander or the office of the district CID or divisional CID for purposes of giving clear information on what you could have seen or witnessed during the time when murder by mob was taking place. Because by you doing that, you will be giving that information quietly. It is now upon the police to see how best they can react or respond to your information that you've shared for purposes of making successful investigation.
Yes, Afande. This is making a follow-up on issue of charcoal, but that was recently caught from the drivers in Apai district, and it is now glittering in several police stations of Apai. How far have you gone with that auctioning the charcoal, and how many charcoal so far has been sold?
Only what does the law says about the confiscated charcoal?
Well, first of all, we are all aware that the head of state, the President of the Republic of Uganda, issued directive on issues of environmental destruction. So it is upon now us as security and other stakeholders to see that we act and respond appropriately. The procedures of handling impounded charcoal when it comes to our facilities is very clear. It has to go to court, and once court gives order of auctioning, it is a public auctioning. It will be declared publicly, and anybody is free to go and buy the charcoal that will be auctioned by guidance from court. So I need to find out how far they've gone. Probably I'll share with you that updates.
Okay, maybe away from that, I understand that Kyoga do not have a detention center for children. And as you talk right now, you have told us that a 15-year-old girl has been arrested. Where are you keeping her?
Fine. Sometimes we use what we call 99. though it is something that is within us as police. There are situations where a juvenile, once arrested, has to be excluded from the adult cells. In this respect, we have Child and Family Protection Unit, and fortunately, the one of Lira Central Police Station is a female officer who is directly managing this 15-year-old victim. So she's safe in a very good place.
Okay.
But formally, we are aware that North Kyoga region relies on the remand home, which is in Gulu, but that is when a case has gone before court. Once a child is remanded, such a child will be taken to remand home in Gulu. But for the case of juvenile, all our police facilities have juvenile cells, okay? They are always exempted from the adult cell. So it is important that all our facilities, since we have, when a case like that arises, they have to be separated. And that is exactly what this 15-year-old child is benefiting from. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe lastly, we just celebrated independence, and in the previous year, as we celebrate this kind of special days, it comes with challenges and some issues. Could you please share with us how was the celebration in general in North Kyoga?
Generally, North Kyoga region is a little unique in line to its celebration. Aware in mind that the person who received the mantle of leadership from the British to the Ugandan people hails from this region. That is none other than the late Dr. Apollo Milton Obote. And our people in this region are always excited when it comes to that very important day. Fortunately, this year, 2024, our celebration has been marked with very minimum crime incidences. We registered one terrible case in Electron where a boy murdered his own grandmother. Unfortunately, the hungry mob did the same on him. And we also had a similar case in Lira city where a suspected phone snatcher was also beaten by a group of angry mob around Lira main market and was equally killed. Subsequently, a case of aggravated defilement, which I've just shared with you this morning, also happened on that same day. This gives us a saying that celebration of Independence Day was well celebrated in line to issues that we have received compared to the previous years that we could be having number of cases. So it means our people are beginning to understand the message that we always share or appeal to them of celebrating these days without too much excitement, but rather celebrating at a level that really creates unity in our community, but also people should not over-expend, because at the end of the day, you still know you have to pay school fees, you still know you have to buy food in the house, you still know you have to go for medical attention, clothing, and other things. So we believe that our people in this region are beginning to understand the message that we share with them as security, which we believe if they continue with this, it is going to be a very good practice that we shall all be emulating. Thank you.
Maybe what from the way to get them to drive.
The issue is that because we went ahead and did some investigation, we talked to the parent, who is the father, and what he shared with us that this boy has been a headache in the family in line to his actions that he does due to influence of taking opium as well as drinking too much alcohol. So probably that is what brings that to him. And we have used that particular incident to appeal to our youths in this region that instead of engaging in drug abuse, instead of engaging in other are things that does not bring development. Kindly start engaging in agricultural activities. Get to our leaders, local leaders. We have series of government programs like Youth Livelihood Program. We have the Kyoga. We have the Parish Development Model. And the most recent one is GROW. These are government programs that support our participation as youth and people in the community to uplift the status of our living so that we run away from poverty. So we believe if our leadership can preach this message to our dear youths and the people who live in our region, and they understand the context at which these government programs have been brought on board, it will make them understand and act appropriately. And at the end of the day, development and fighting poverty will become something very, very easy. Thank you.